right, we're testing. Check, 1, 2. All right. All right, she's trying to go live. All right.
Are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
A thrilling end to the hockey season in Plymouth, and more honors for one of the state's most decorated athletes. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. What a weekend at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth as 3 schools captured MHSAA championships on the ice. Let's start with Division II. Byron Center avenged losses in the finals in 2021 and 2023 by knocking off Trenton 6-1 in the championship tilt. Senior forward Jackson Freusland netted a hat trick for the Bulldogs, who also defeated Saginaw Heritage in the semifinals. In Division III, Bloomfield Hills, Cranbrook Kingswood, and East Grand Rapids were knotted at 2 in the third overtime period. Let's hand it off to the NFHS Network's Joe Jason for the call.
Albers to take the draw for East Grand Rapids. Michael Horton for Cranbrook. Horton draws it on back. Rister. Goal! There's the winner! David Schmidt with his second, and Cranbrook, for the 19th time in 21 tries, wins the Division III championship. Heartbreak again for East Grand Rapids. This time in the third overtime, the goal coming at 4:26 of the triple overtime.
David Schmidt's overtime winner gives the Cranes a 3-2 win and their 19th hockey title. In Division I, for the third year in a row, it was Detroit Catholic Central and Brighton, and for the third straight time, DCC is victorious. The Shamrocks win a 5th straight D1 title and 18th overall by winning 2-0. For more on all the action from the ice, please check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Farmington United's Leah Hodge. The senior gymnast placed first overall at the Division I Gymnastics Finals, and she helped Farmington to a second-place team finish. Rockford's Haley Hill, she was first in Division II at the Gymnastic Finals and helped Rockford Sparta win a gymnastics team championship. And to Zeeland junior Owen Stevens, he defended his D1 swim titles in both the 200 individual medley and 500 freestyle.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the court. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
When watching a college or NBA game, the last 2 minutes of the game can seem like it takes forever, especially in recent years where more and more judgment calls made by officials are subject to instant replay. At the high school level, video is not used to make a ruling or confirm or overturn a call made during the course of the contest. The only time video review is used in basketball at the high school level is at the MHSAA semifinal and final games. In these games, video review can be used only to determine if a shot was released in time at the end of the fourth quarter or overtime, or if that shot was a 2-point or 3-point field goal attempt. The MHSAA believes that this very limited use of replay in these games at the very end of the tournament series in boys and girls basketball is the right call.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Tyrone Wheatley graduated from Dearborn Heights Robichaud in 1991 after a stellar career in track and field, football, and basketball. And now, Wheatley will be inducted into the National High School Hall of Fame by the National Federation of State High School Associations. Wheatley will be the 10th inductee from Michigan. After high school, he went on to star at the University of Michigan and in the NFL, and is now the head football coach at Wayne State University. But it was on the track that Wheatley performed like no other. As a junior, he took first in 4 events, the first to do that and still one of only 2 to do it. He collected 40 of his team's 49 points that day, leading Robichaud to a Class B title. He followed that up as a senior, winning 3 events. Only an injury kept him from trying for a 4th. Wheatley will be inducted in July at the National Federation's summer meeting in Boston. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
Bulldogs looking to inbound against the pressure. Lobbed ahead over the timeline to Gable. Gable straight to the basket. Elevates. Jams it down over top of Orbaugh. Oh my goodness. The tomahawk jam over top of the defender. Up fake, leaning right elbow. Skips the right corner to Watson. Catch and shoot 3. Splash. Muskegon has taken the lead. 47-46. Justin Watson, another triple. He has 9. 138 in the third, and a big red lead. Line giving on to Titus. Titus angles, pull-up shot for the lead. Good! Brady Titus, a scream to the heavens after he knocks it down. 45. And it's the ultimate revenge for Tri-Unity. Another state championship for Coach Keeler's squad. The defenders of Tri-Unity Christian, state champions in Division 4. 56-45 the final. This is March on MGN. This is the Breslin Center. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Reached the end of the road. State semifinals here, nearly the end of the road. And we're in Division 1 again, where it's been the upset kids continuing to run through the playoffs. Zeeland West 20-7 on the year now, and a 53-52 winning, shocking win, thrilling win over Muskegon on Tuesday has led them here, CT, 1 game away from the state championship, but staying on their way. A top 5 team start to finish this year. The North Farmington Raiders for head coach Todd Negosian. They are as tough as it gets. They play both ends of the floor, incredibly nasty. They guard you every square inch of the floor. This is going to be a test if the Ducks are going to find a way to advance.
Yeah, it sure is. I think the Zeeland West team has pulled some upsets already on this trip to the Breslin. Have had to overcome a couple of really good teams along the way for North Farmington, a team that, had expectations likely to be in this exact situation for Zeeland West. A team that's been building now, had a core in place for quite a few years, and we're hoping to pull this off. Maybe didn't expect to do so, but they are, and that's all that matters. We'll see who comes away with a win today to advance to the final tomorrow.
All right, let's get right into it. It was a thrilling win. It's been a thrilling run. Here's a little bit on the Ducks, the Raiders, and this battle this afternoon. It's game day. In Ducks Nation, it's a game day you've never had before. The Breslin awaits. We saw the crowd Tuesday. We know that place is going to be greener than ever today. As for this moment, this is the run that March is all about. West had never won a district until March 1. Zeeland West had never won a region until March 7. And West had never advanced to play at the Breslin Center until Tuesday.
1 second even. Here's Guy at half court. Heaves for the win. Off the side of the backboard. No good. Cinderella. It's not midnight yet. For the first time in school history, the Zeeland West Ducks are going to the Breslin Center. Would you believe it, Taylor? 53-52 the final. Oh my goodness.
Few teams are built like head coach David Klein's team. 5 senior starters, most of them starting since they were underclassmen, and a couple all 4 years. In the center of it all, this year's Mr. Basketball runner-up, Merritt Aldrich, on his way to Indiana State next year, has grown as much of a player physically, emotionally, and skillfully as anyone can in front of our eyes over 4 years, and punctuated it all with a double-double to lead the way over Muskegon to the Breslin Center. Longtime running mates Miles Steffen and Luke Baker turbocharge both ends of the floor as shooters, scorers, and multi-position defenders. Add in some John Shillito, Zeeland West, power T football bred toughness from Orion Yant and Trenton Bullhouse, and you round out a starting 5 as capable as any. Experience from juniors Slowtok and Anderson give a 2-way boost off the bench, and the Ducks are rolling. Zeeland West has already seen North Farmington this year. The top 5 ranked Raiders picked up a win over the Ducks in December already, and Todd Ngojin's Raiders team traps every square inch of the floor, from tip to final buzzer. This will be an all-out assault to handle. Tyler Spratt returns as one of the best wing shooters anywhere, and Robert Smith is the true definition of a dog at point guard, impacting every element of every possession. It's been one upset after another, and the slipper has still fit this Cinderella. Do the Ducks have one more upset in them today? Time to find out. MGN is live from the Breslin Center. This is the D1 State Semifinals, North Farmington and Zeeland West.
All right, so that kind of sets the scene a little bit for this one, CT. It's a tough battle for sure for Zeeland West if they're going to be able to pull one more upset, but it's been a playoff of upsets like we certainly mentioned. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, by the way. I don't know if I fully introduced ourselves onto the broadcast yet. That fired up about this one here today, courtside at the Breslin Center. So North Farmington, CT, for the primarily probably Ducks fans that are tuning in to our broadcast across Michigan Sports Radio and the MGN YouTube. Again, this is a team top 5 all year long. They've been top 5 really for the last 2 or 3 seasons for head coach Todd Ngojin, who's in his 13th season. But when it comes to pressure and it comes to trapping, we just saw Muskegon take on these Ducks and know a little bit of what they're able to do. This is a different level. This is a 1-2-2 press, half court and full court, based on where you're inbounding from. And from opening tip to final buzzer, you are going to have double teams and pressure and trapping and trouble if you're Zeeland West today.
Yeah, they really throw everything at you in pretty much the entire game and trying to force you into some bad passes, get you into some turnovers. They've got different variations of that trap that they throw out, and really can cause teams some real havoc when they try to figure out how they're going to break it. And it's an interesting matchup for the Zeeland West team because they've seen that a couple times throughout the playoffs, mostly late in desperation type situations where the other team's trying to make a comeback, and Ducks have had a little bit of issues trying to break it, but they've done enough to hold on and win those basketball games. So now it's a little bit more of a situation where you've got a team, you kind of know what they're throwing at you, you know it's coming for the entire game, and potentially that could be an advantage. You know what you're expecting. It's not going to be easy. You've played this team once, and so that definitely helps as well, but it'll be a real test for the Ducks and see how they're able to handle it.
Yeah, it was about a 10-point game the last time these two teams played 9 officially, 66-57. That was all the way back in December at the North Coast Shootout. Both these teams are very different teams as they've grown throughout the year since then. And for Zeeland West, of course, the storylines start with Merritt Aldrich. I mean, he had 20 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, double-double, led the way against Muskegon. He's been great the last couple of games as well. I mean, this is a guy, he's a 4-year player, as I said in that feature. He's grown so much, physically, emotionally, skillfully as a player over these last 4 years. But the last 3 or 4 games for Merritt Aldrich, doing a little bit of everything, maybe the best 3 or 4 game stretch we've ever seen out of the kid.
Yeah, he's looked really good, and I think it's been just a really aggressive mindset. You could tell for sure in the Muskegon game where he kind of knew he was going to have to step up. He was going to have a big game, and at least early on it was going to be on him to kind of just take the game over, and he was able to do so. And he got his size and his ability. Sometimes, regardless of what the defense is throwing at you, he just had to go get it, and he did that, set the tone early for the Ducks, and then got contribution from the rest of his team.
And we've got the Ducks faithful, their student section behind us here, and their reaction right there was to, led by Merritt Aldrink, Zeeland West finding their way out onto the Breslin Center and starting up their layup lines and warm-ups right here. About 19 minutes still on the clock until we tip things off this afternoon. For North Farmington, some key pieces there as well in terms of leaders. A couple of D1 players like Aldrink on their side. Tyler Spratt on his way to Cleveland State, 25 points against River Rouge in the quarterfinal. One of the best shooters in the state, period. And then you got a guy, Landon Williams, 6'4" wing on his way to Niagara. Just does everything. So critical in their defensive approach as well. And more guys we'll talk about, but starting with the shooting of Spratt, the all-around play of Williams, those two next-level D1 players really lead the way for the Raiders.
Yeah, they're both really good players. Guys have good size for that wing / guard position. Both can handle the basketball. Spratt, as you mentioned, his shooting ability, can't really give him any space, whether it's in transition, off those turnovers that they'll be forcing. He can catch and shoot. He can create his own shot a little bit as well. And Williams, a guy that also can help attack, and he's dangerous with the ball in his hands. So you got a couple guys with just that extreme athletic ability that's going to be putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
All right, Raiders finding their way onto the floor as well. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back here on the Centennial Securities pregame show from the Breslin Center. Zeeland West, North Farmington, Division I state semifinal. The winner will have Orchard Lake St. Mary's, who just handled Ann Arbor Huron in the first of the 2 games today. So Trey McKinney and company certainly will be a tough test, but you got to get through this one here this afternoon. First, we'll step aside. Be right back here from East Lansing.
Was founded based on the belief that the interests of our clients must always come first.
We listen and understand your objectives before making a recommendation.
We customize the portfolio of investments to fit your goals.
It is our commitment to provide a strong line of communication.
Our services include family wealth management, saving for retirement, and estate planning and trust services.
Getting started is as easy as picking up the phone. After all, when everything is said and done, isn't it about time?
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer, president with Michigan Game Night, and my goodness, it's hard to believe that we already have reached the Breslin Center and the end of our winter sports season. With that, also the end of our school calendar year of coverage on MGN, minus maybe some things coming up this spring. You never know what we might have up our sleeves, but what an incredible year we've had. What an incredible March we've had. I mean, some of the moments have just been absolutely out of control and out of this world already before we've even gotten to East Lansing. Here's Guy at half court. Heaves for the win. Off the side of the backboard. No good. Cinderella. It's not midnight yet. For the first time in school history, the Zeeland West Ducks are going to the Breslin Center. Would you believe it, Chandler? 53-52 the final. Oh my goodness. In between the rings to Zeenstra. Zeenstra trapped. Right wing to Pogter, 3 for the win. Banks it off the backboard. No good. West Ottawa survives. The Panthers are regional champions and a game away from the Breslin Center. Gabby Reynolds wins the battle for Miss Basketball and wins the ball game. Unbelievable contest. 40-38 the final. West Ottawa survives.
Another crazy game back-to-back.
Of course, as we reach the end of the year, have to start with our list of thank yous from every year. First off, to Chandler Timmer, Vice President and the lead color analyst here at MGN. As always, thank him for all of his work and guidance working our way through the year. Our partners, Brock Conkle, and everyone on down at Michigan Sports Radio for helping provide a platform and so much more to the content and different things that we had going on this year, what's coming up in the future. Very, very thankful, of course, to that group, what we've done. And, of course, Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance are presenting sponsors at Game Night. A corporate-level sponsorship with Farmers this year. We're transitioning back through the Bennett Sinner Agency, a new agency in Wyoming on 28th Street, a more specialized sponsorship through a single agency again next year. And, of course, Centennial Securities, both of those to Mark's long-term partners with MGN. So we're very thankful for their support that helped us bring the kind of year that we had. And I'm proud of this year's coverage because it was probably our biggest year, especially into this winter. We worked some things out, developed some things for the first time in the fall, and then this winter really executed. We had our first really complete overhaul on our radio into our rebranded Radio Plus coverage, like what you're seeing during today's games at the Breslin Center. That Radio Plus coverage kind of coming in for the first time, graphics on screen, the in-the-booth cam, a camera that can, kind of move around and within the MHSAA radio regulations show scoreboard and different things not on the floor, and that built in, but especially being able to have an inside look at the broadcasters and all the other graphics and that thing. So that really was one of our biggest upgrades, our first wholesale upgrade, creating the Radio Plus Game Center to our radio, our audio coverage that we've had really in a couple of years. That work started during last football playoff run, and then this basketball season got put up. And then also hitting a new level on video coverage as well with tie-ins to huddle cams. That'll be a big part of what we're doing in the fall as well. Of course, the Granville AV students doing such an incredible job, and we were able to tack into their incredible video coverage that they had for Granville home basketball games this year as well, to add a little bit even more of a professional feel to that. So all that's going to continue, and we've got a lot coming up as well in terms of big plans for the years. Already starting to work with Michigan Sports Radio on, different paths along with Granville and Game of the Week and different things, and how we can elevate coverage based on the quality we had, and now on to more games, and just some different ideas already brewing by the time we get to next season. And I already can't wait by the time we get into next football season and basketball season, therefore, because it's going to be really cool. And at the end of the day, it does always come down a little bit to resources. And, obviously we thank Centennial and Farmers, but we're always looking, and we've had some conversations and have some beginning things, hopefully looking to be able to add another presenting sponsor to either out of the Granville area or the West Michigan area to where our coverage is going to be, to even add on that much more. If you have any potential interest with you, your company, and so forth, there's a contact us page and a sponsorship page through MichiganGameNight.com where we can share more beyond what's even just there in terms of the numbers and the value and what makes MGN, I think, a really, really cool place to be in terms of sponsorship locally for Granville, Zeeland, and other these kind of specialized schools we do, the area with Game of the Week, and much more that's coming as well. So, we're looking forward to that, and I can't wait till the growth going ahead. But first off, just a thank you to everyone that listened, that sponsored, to Chandler, to Michigan Sports Radio, everyone else one more time. Another great year in the books, and hopefully the games at the Breslin Center over this next coming up period here is going to be just as good as what we've had so far in March. So with that, in just a moment, I guess I'll hand it back over to myself, who hopefully will be looking a little bit more professional and sitting courtside at the Breslin Center. So one last thank you to everyone. We'll send it in just a moment back to the Breslin.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder.
Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. We're at the Breslin Center, obviously. North Farmington, Zeeland West, and Division I here. David Klein in his 8th season for the Ducks, and the Raiders led by Todd Negosian, working in his 13th season. Looked a little bit CT at the way these two teams are going to set things up offensively, defensively, some of the key players. Let's take a look at some of the depth in this one. Start in the backcourt. North Farmington, Rob Smith, their junior point guard, 13 points, 4 assists, 2 steals. Last time out in the win over River Rouge on Tuesday. This is a kid I really like. I said in that kind of feature at the open, this is the true definition of a dog at point guard. And it's for a team that likes to trap every square inch of the floor. They like to push the pace. They like to just be in your grill. Smith certainly leads the way, doing a lot of that, creating for himself, creating for others, and taking the ball away from you, trying to create.
Yeah, he does a really good job playing within the system, and and being able to do exactly what they need as far as being scrappy as a defender, able to poke the ball free, does a really good job running the point of the break and working in transition, able to go right at the rim, and it also does a tremendous job distributing. When you've got scorers and attackers around him, he can dish it out and really gets his team going.
Obviously on their side, there's a lot of length for Zeeland West. In the backcourt as well, Trenton Bohaus is 6'2", Miles Steffen is 6'3", Luke Baker is 6'5" on the wing. What does that all typically equal out to? What has it typically equal out to? An effective zone defense in the playoffs, in particular against Muskegon. When they were at their best defensively, it was that 2-3 zone for Coach Klein. You once again think trying to slow the game down, that zone with all the length will be big for Zeeland West tonight.
It sure was effective in their previous game against Muskegon. When you've got so much size like that, they still play quite a bit of man-to-man, and they can use that size in that way as well. But when they went to that 2-3 zone, really can drive or cut off the driving lanes of the opposing team when you've got multiple players that can dribble and drive. Can limit that. We'll allow some shooting over the top, and we'll see if North Farmington, if they do go to that 2-3 zone, if they're going to be able to shoot over the top of it a little bit more effectively than a team like Muskegon did. But you have to imagine the Ducks looking at that 2-3 zone again as a potential way to try to control this game.
All while Tyler Spratt, who again is just as good of an athletic shooter as you're going to find, had 25 last time, 4 threes. All part of why Spratt really winds up kind of being a massive X factor in how North Farmington offensively wants to attack this game if they want to sweep the Ducks on the season, have a chance to go and win a state championship next time out tomorrow afternoon. By the way, tomorrow we are back bright and early, 9:30 in the morning. We've got the D4 game, Sacred Heart out of Mount Pleasant, and then Tri-Unity Christian, a team that Tri-Unity has already beaten by 30, by the way, this year. So it looks like Coach Keeler is in good line to pick up his 6th career state championship if they're able to recreate that sort of performance for the defenders around the air. And then if Zeeland West does win this game here this afternoon, we'll be back for the D1 game to follow and do a doubleheader to start the day. So that is your MSR and game night on MSR coverage this weekend. Up front, Orion Yant, 12.7 boards, 2 assists for Zeeland West against Muskegon. On the other side, Dylan Smith, who had 11 points, 3 boards against River Rouge. 6'9" Smith, 6'5" Yant. I mean, Orion Yant's been playing as well as he probably has at any point in his high school career on the basketball court right now, but he's going to have quite the tough matchup against Smith.
He will. He was such a huge part of the win last time out for the Ducks and the way that he played from the start. His scoring ability, but also his defense, the way that he was able to anchor some of that zone for the Ducks and his physical play down low. And he's going to have another battle in front of him here today, and this time he's going to be giving up a little bit more size with Smith, who's a true rim protector, a guy that's going to have the height advantage over top of him, and those guys are going to be battling out in the post, and we'll see if Yant can replicate the kind of game he played against Muskegon. Ducks definitely be in a better position.
All right, one more quick break. We'll be right back here from the Breslin Center on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and the Centennial Securities pregame show.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back. Nate CT here from the Breslin Center, Centennial Securities pregame show. We thank Centennial Securities along with Farmers Insurance for presenting game night on Michigan Sports Radio. We're going to be joined kind of starting in next year as well, new presenting agency through the Bennett Center Agency on 28th Street in Wyoming. That'll be our new presenting agency. We'll kind of have more on that, especially breaking that out as we move into the new football and basketball season next year, which I suppose I guess we already have to start putting our mind towards before we're even quite done with this one. Some stats. Let's take a look at some kind of key things. First up, this Zeeland West offense, to put in perspective how well they're playing right now, Tuesday was the first time that Muskegon had given up 50 plus points even since Wyoming on February 23. Now, if you know anything about Westside basketball, Wyoming plays a really fast, out-of-control style. Muskegon scored 80 themselves, so that's not always a complete indicator. The last time before that Muskegon had allowed 50 points, February 3 against D2 top-ranked Grand Rapids Christian. So that's the kind of offensive performance, just to put up 53 points, that Zeeland West had to do to take down Muskegon. This North Farmington defense, though, so good. 11 times this year out of that 1-2-2 trap, they've allowed sub 40 points. So almost half the time, just shy of half the time, they give up less than 40 points. But if it's going to happen for Zeeland West, if the run's going to continue, it's going to be because this offense, the last couple of games, is just so efficient, really the entire playoff run.
No doubt they've finally kind of got things clicking, getting contributions from all their scores. Of course, things are going to start with Merritt Aldering because they always do, and his ability to have a big game, kind of start off, take the game over, but then you've got multiple guys now that have really stepped up in this playoff run that are capable of putting up double digits. Yent was in double digits. Kai Anderson off the bench has been a big scorer for them. That's helped provide a shooting touch. Luke Baker as well can be a really elite shooter for them, and so I think they've got the scores there. They kind of found the rhythm. It's just a matter of if they're going to be able to keep things under control, settle things down against North Farmington today in order to keep that offense rolling.
All right, we're getting that much closer to tip-off. We're going to step aside, be right back here on the Centennial Securities pregame show from East Lansing and the Breslin Center, the D1 state semifinal here on game night.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local nations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
All right, welcome back. MGN Radio Plus Game Center now up on your screen here from the Breslin Center as we're ready to go with our coverage this afternoon. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, wrapping up our Centennial Securities pregame show. One key to the game we're watching, it's the pace. If this game is fast, if North Farmington's trapping every square inch of the floor, Zeeland West is going to have an issue. If West is able to slow the game down, play the zone they want to play, force some bad shots for North Farmington, get the looks they want, it puts West in a position to do what they did on Tuesday night to Muskegon.
Yeah, sometimes going into a game like this, you don't really know, what tempo does each team want to play at, but in a game like this where both teams are just so differentiating in what they like to do. North Farmington, a team that's really going to turn up the pressure, as we've talked about already, pretty much from the start, and it's going to last the entire game. They're going to try to speed you up, force some turnovers, allow themselves to have easy runs at some baskets. Zeeland West going to try to do everything they can to settle things down, get into the half court, keep this game where they're a little bit more comfortable. They can settle in, and that's going to be a fight back and forth the whole way.
All right, both teams are getting ready for the national anthem now. That'll wrap it up on our Centennial Securities pregame show. Let's send it on down to the public address for the anthem and the starting lineups.
Respect for the game, respect for each other, respect for the officials. Remember, none of these needs to go sports specific. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Take it back over. They'll put a video up on the board of the path to the finals for both of these teams, and we'll get the introductions ready for both. Zeeland West will be starting in the backcourt. The senior 6'2" guard Trenton Bullhouse. He had 11 points against Forest Hill Central in the regional championship. He'll be joined in the backcourt for Coach Klein and the Ducks by 6'3" senior Miles Steffen, a terrific combo guard and a true 5-position defender. On the wing is the 6'5" senior Luke Baker. He led the way in the regional championship game with 16 points versus Forest Hill Central. And up front at power forward for the Ducks is the 6'7" senior, the Mr. Basketball runner-up and Indiana State signee, Merritt Aldrink. He had a double-double against Muskegon last time out for the Ducks. And in the middle is their 6'5" senior, a football standout who nearly went for a double-double of his own with 12 and 7 against Muskegon, Orion Yant. Again, David Klein in his 8th season is the head coach for the Ducks. For the Raiders of North Farmington, under 13th year head coach Todd Negosian, they will start the 5'11" junior guard Rob Smith. He had 13 points and 4 assists in the state quarterfinal. He'll be joined in the backcourt by the 6'1" senior Will McShara. On the wing, the 6'5" senior Tyler Spratt. He's on his way to Cleveland State, had 25 points against River Rouge last time out in the quarterfinals. Also on the wing, the 6'4" senior Landon Williams, a Niagara University commit. Against River Rouge, he had 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. And in the middle of it all is their 6'9" towering center, Dylan Smith, who had 11 points to go along with 3 rebounds in the state quarterfinal. Zeeland West is the home team in scoreboard and on scoreboard and in uniform this afternoon. They wear their home whites, numbers in green, trimmed in black. West written across the chest in green. North Farmington, the traveling team, in the traveling black uniforms with gold trimming down the side. The numbers are in gold, and North is written across the chest of their uniforms in gold as well. Zeeland West goes left to right across your radio dial to start. It will be a right to left start for the Raiders of North Farmington. All right, CT, final words coming here from the coaching staffs. What are we looking for in the first couple minutes?
I really think you got to look to the guards of Zeeland West and how they're going to be able to hold up against some of the pressure from North Farmington. They're going to be handling the basketball quite a bit. If they can find an effective way to beat that trap, more often than not, get in the half court, they'll be set up pretty good. And on the defensive end, whether it's in man-to-man or in that zone defense, trying to keep up with the combo of Spratt and Williams, not allowing them to shoot over the top or be able to drive past you, limiting their ability to take over the game.
Loud environment already ready to go. The huddles will break, and we will get ready to roll here from the Breslin Center. Zeeland West, what a run it's been. Taking down Northview after they won their first ever district championship against crosstown rival Zeeland East. They took down Northview. They took down FHC for a region. They took down Muskegon, who had previously beaten the Ducks twice on the year to advance to this point. We'll see if they can get one more advancement or if North Farmington can complete a several-year march with a terrific core to this point. The jump will be Merritt Aldering, 6'7", against Dylan Smith, 6'9" here on the tap. They both come to the Spartan Head logo at center floor. Ball is up and away we go. One on back by Aldrink and will be controlled here by the Ducks off the start. Jump pass, left corner tipped and stolen away by McShara as right away that grinding trap able to pick up a steal for North Farmington. Left wing on to Spratt, throws left corner to Smith. The point guard feeds up top to McShara. He'll back it out in between the rings. Drops it there for Landon Williams, the Niagara University commit. Williams, right wing McShara. Up top for Smith, the point guard flips it left wing to Williams, hesitates, drives to the three-point line, flips it up top to Smith, drives the left side, stopped at the block, worked around right wing to Spratt. Taking their time to set it up right here. Man-to-man defense for Zeeland West on the first possession. Right wing, here's Landon Williams around a screen to the free throw line. Left wing to Smith. Smith hesitates, free throw line. Floater from 8 is good as Rob Smith is able to get the Raiders the first lead of the basketball game, and immediately here comes the pressure out of the Raiders. It's beaten over the timeline to Trenton Bullhouse, but the pressure doesn't stop there. They continue to trap in the half court. Bullhouse, left wing Steffen, dump pass through the hands of Orion Yant. Stolen again by the Raiders, CT.
A couple now turnovers right away off that trap. That one just right through the hands of Ian as he was looking to turn and make a pass before he ever caught it.
Smith, left block, power dribble, feeds right corner on to Rob Smith, falling down to the floor. Pass up top, poked into the backcourt by Baker, gathered by Landon Williams, and he will slow it down and start it up. Once again, North Farmington taking their time offensively right here. 6:27 less first quarter. They lead it 2-0. Williams right wing. Feeding right block to Dylan Smith, the center. Lobs it back right side to Williams, to Rob Smith in between the rings. Left wing, McShara. McShara flips it in between the rings to Williams. Defended, arm spread wide by Bullhouse. 6:11 to go. McShara, left wing, Williams. Jabbing on Bullhouse. Here's the drive to the baseline, and a foul is called on Trenton Bullhouse for the first of the ball game on a quick grab. 6:02 to go first quarter. 2-0 North Farmington. Chaos on their own end. Very, very methodical on the other end of the floor right now for the Raiders.
Yeah, time of possession heavily in favor of North Farmington. They've been holding on to the basketball almost the entire game. Long 2 offensive possessions for them, trying to work and find the look that they like for Zeeland West. They haven't been able to have any time to settle in and try to look at the floor and have an opportunity to set anything up at all.
McShara right wing, flips it up top to Rob Smith. Left wing for Williams, jabs, drives on Steffen. Pull-up shot, 18 feet, rattles out short. Board down to Merritt Aldrich, and here comes the pressure from McShara. Near side, moving left to right on to Steffen. Throws it over the timeline to Aldrich. 5.5 to go, first quarter. Left corner, Baker. Up top, Steffen. Right corner, Bullhouse. Baseline drive, jump pass, left corner, Baker. Triple try for the lead. Off the front rim, falls short, no. And the board tracked in by Williams. First offensive possession, first shot, finally up for the Ducks. 5:23 in the first, 2-0 North Farmington.
Zeeland West finally able to get an offensive possession, beat the trap initially, and then keep the ball ahead of it before they could ever catch up. Much better job swinging the ball across, able to get that long pass along the baseline, and a pretty clean look for Baker.
Again, Zeeland West staying man-to-man defensively here. 3 minutes gone first quarter, 2-0 North Farmington. Williams, left side drive, flipping shot with the left, strong rebound down to towering Dylan Smith, flips it up top to Spratt, thinks about the long 3, steps on the line, puts up a long 2 and buries it. In rhythm, Tyler Spratt, first shot of the ball game is good, and here comes the full court press. In the backcourt, Aldrich traps, runs over the timeline. Aldrich keeps the dribble, blows to the paint, left-hand shot blocked and fouled as Merritt Aldrich does it all himself, and he will go to the line for the first time today. 4:42, first quarter. And Aldrin gets ready to go to the stripe. 24 and white, the 6'7" senior on his way to Indiana State. All-time leading scorer for Zeeland West. The first free throw is short, remains 4-0 as Kai Anderson will check in here for Orion Yant. One more for Aldrink, looking to get West on the board for the first time. 4:42 in the first. One more here for the lefty. Offsets the left foot in front of the right. Free throw up, too strong, rattles out. And Zeeland West still looking for their first points with 4.5 to go in the first quarter. It will be Rob Smith to slow it down. Right wing to Williams. Around a Dylan Smith screen to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper. Off the connector, no. Dylan Smith tracks in the rebound right corner. The lanky senior, jump stop. Leaning right-hand shot, strong but a foul. Smith is causing some havoc right now on the offensive boards.
Have to go up and get that one. The Ducks wanted to travel out in the far corner, but did not get the call. Smith able to gather himself. He was pretty tight along the baseline, but jump stop back more towards the middle, able to create some space between him and the basket.
Smith, first free throw up and good. It's 5-0 North Farmington. Couple of substitutions, including Avi Meltzer, the junior, coming in here for North Farmington. And for Coach Nagosian, one more at the stripe here. Second one, Smith falls short. Rebound tracked in by Yant. Right now, fouls on both Bolhouse and then that last one on Anderson for the Ducks. Over the timeline, Orion Yant able to beat the pressure. Poked from behind by Meltzer. Stolen away, and the Raiders are off and running. Right wing, Williams toes the line, drives, jump pass, up top, Spratt, deep triple. Off the back rim, no. Rob Smith tracks in the rebound, possession continues. 4:22 in the first, 5-0 North Farmington. Left wing for Williams, up top to Meltzer. Right wing, Rob Smith. Piers throws it to the corner, Spratt, quick trigger three, splash with a hand in his face. 8-0 and a timeout from the Zeeland West bench as the Ducks have got to settle some things down. We'll take one right alongside Coach Klein.
It's a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
All right, welcome back. Ducks breaking out of a 30-second timeout. 4:10 to go in the first. All North Farmington. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. It's 8-0 right now. Raiders. 5 points for Spratt, who's made a couple of tough jumpers. And it'll be a full court press, as always, here out of the 1-2-2 variety for North Farmington to start things up. Anderson, right side to Steffen. With a right-hand dribble, blows his way over the timeline. Jump pass, right block, Aldrin. Hits a cutting Baker, reverse layup, good. And Luke Baker gets the first points of the ball game on the board for Zeeland West. Good offense run right there against the trap. 3:50 in the first.
Yeah, much better out of the timeout there. Attack against that trap. Able to break it, get it to the middle of the floor. Aldrink knows right where the cut's coming from.
Spratt, deep three, rattles out. Rebound, Kai Anderson. Left to right, here come the Ducks. Working again against that trap. Near side, Steffen in the backcourt. Throws it over the timeline to the left to Aldrink. Here comes the trap on Aldrink. Left corner to Baker, up top to Steffen. Probes in, finds Yant. Right-hand shot, good. Back-to-back nice possessions out of the timeout. And it's an 8-4 ball game with 3:20 in the first. Spratt, left corner, Rob Smith. Up top for Meltzer. Tries a deep three from the college three-point line. Rattles out. Board down to Steffen. Here comes the pressure. It's Meltzer meeting him in the backcourt. Left side to Kai Anderson. Runs it over the timeline. Skips it back to Steffen, top of the key. The cornerstone commit. Left wing on to Anderson. Fake pass. Throws left elbow. Aldrink. Left corner Baker. Triple try. Splash! And the lead is one. Luke Baker knocks it down.
What a run out of the timeout. And a great one by Coach Klein. Gets his team settled in. Looked like a completely different team now in this last minute.
5 for Baker, stolen away by Miles Steffen. Runs the break to the basket. Right-hand shot rolls out, but a foul. And Zeeland West with a chance to extend the 7-0 run out of the break. 2:38 in the first. Miles Steffen to the line.
Ducks forcing their first turnover of the game from North Farmington. Stefan able to poke it free and turn that one into an opportunity in the open floor. Drives right at him and draws the foul. Didn't get the ball to drop in, but this offense now looking like they've got some momentum and much more energy than they did the first 4 minutes.
Stefan stares at the basket. Right-hand free throw short. They are really struggling at the stripe right now early on in this ball game. McShara will come back in for Meltzer for Coach Nagosian, who watches on as the second at the line here for Stefan can knot the game with 2:38 in the first. The senior bends the knees, right-hand free throw, splash. We are tied at 8. And Trenton Bohaus will come back into the game right here for Miles Stefan. 2:38 in the first, Zeeland West. Sets up the defenses right to left over the timeline. Here comes Williams. Left wing drive, Spratt. Flip shot, blocked by Anderson. Fight for the basketball. Comes on to North Farmington and Rob Smith. It'll be Williams to reset the offense. Defended here loosely by Luke Baker. West again continuing to stay man-to-man to open the ball game. 2:13 in the first, 8. Williams curls up top. To the right wing, Williams hesitates. Throws it top of the key, Rob Smith. And a whistle off the ball. And
I think Yant may be bleeding. That might be a little bit of a nosebleed there. He got hit early in their possession, a pretty hard screen underneath. Kind of looked like he had his head tilted back, trying to hold it back for a while, but officials seeing some blood there and blowing it dead.
One more quick scoring correction. That Spratt 3 a moment ago, foot was on the line. It's a 2. Zeeland West has the lead right now, 8-7 with 1:51 in the first. So correction there. Spratt now with 4. That second 3 that he hit a moment ago ruled to have had his foot on the line. So it's an 8-7 ball game. Top of the key, Williams. Left wing for Rob Smith. Hesitates, drives, floater through 2 defenders, rattles out, rebound, Dylan Smith. Shot swatted into the bench by Merritt Aldrink. Emphatically stays with the Raiders, 1:35 of the first.
Smith again able to come down with the offensive board, but as he went back up, Aldrink quick enough to recover and heavily reject that one. Ducks stay alive.
It will be Spratt to throw it in right corner. Left wing, Williams with space, 3, the lefty hatchets that one down, and North Farmington goes back on top of Landon Williams' first points of the game, and they're back out trapping here in the full court. Left side, Stefan throws right to Bohaus, over the timeline to a leaping Aldrink. Out of the trap, Aldrink feeds it left wing to Stefan. Left corner, Baker, quick trigger 3, rattles out, look more down than out. Board down to DJ Morgan, who's fresh on the floor and picking up his first board of the ball game. Here comes Landon Williams, push left corner to Rob Smith. All the way across, right corner, on to Morgan, triple try, splash. Low driving shot, back-to-back 3s for the Raiders have given them a 5-point edge with 58 and less in the first.
Been able to find that long pass over the top, and the defense slow to get across all the way to the opposite corner.
Ducks beat the pressure. Anderson drives the basket, clutching right-hand shot. No, put back Baker, good, and a foul. Luke Baker fighting it home. He'll go to the line for one more.
That was a physical rebound right there. Went up and grabbed it, stole away. The Raiders had positioning underneath, but Baker just timed it right, grabbed it, and went up with it, drawing the foul on the defender underneath him.
What a start for Baker, has 7 now of his team's 10. 48 seconds to go. Slow talk will check in for Bohaus. 48.6 in the first. Baker at the stripe. Home white jerseys this afternoon at the Breslin Center for Zeeland West. And Baker goes to work at the line. Right foot offset in front of the left. The righty bends the knees, flicks the right wrist, scores it. 3-point play complete, and the lead is 2. What a start for Baker. He's got 8. It's a 13-11 game with 47 seconds to go in the first. Here's Williams. Works around a Dylan Smith screen. Left corner. Williams got it back. Mid-range jumper over top of a pair of defenders is good. That was a tough one from Williams. He has 5. As West will inbound against the pressure with 26. Here's Kai Anderson up the left side. Stops against the trap, feeds to his right here in the backcourt to Stefan. Back left side, taking his time. Anderson throws over the timeline, Baker. Right wing, Stefan with 15 seconds. Pass is tipped out of bounds by a diving DJ Morgan. No, it'll be last off of Zeeland West, and it will go back the other way with the Raiders. 13.9 in the first, 15-11 North Farmington.
that pass right between Baker and Aldrink, who are both in the left wing and left corner there. It looked like the pass was right between, unsure of which exactly to go to.
Williams drives and gets grabbed at the top of the key. That'll be the third foul of the quarter on Zeeland West. Slotak picks up that foul for his first and the third on the team. 7.9 first quarter, 15-11 North Farmington. They will bring Vinny Lee in for Dylan Smith for the first time as the Raiders in the traveling black uniforms trimmed in gold will throw in from the right side in front of the scorers table. Rob Smith to put it in. Lobs up top to Williams with 7. Defended by Slotak. Ball poked free. Bodies crashing on the floor. Slotak had it, lost it, and from his backside, Landon Williams just throws it up with a left hand short at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first. It was not a promising start for Zeeland West. They rally back. It's 15-11 North Farmington at the end of the first. We'll step aside. Be right back here from the Breslin Center.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
All right, welcome back to the Breslin Center. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Students right now on the floor doing the shot competition. Looking to see a good effort from the Zeeland West kids, as you can tell from behind us, as they look to win it. Freshman 8 minutes up on the board, CT, as both these coaches going back to work. I mean, Coach Klein maybe called the best timeout of his season there. Down, it was 8-0 at the time. It was turned to 7-0 upon review. But down 8-0. West couldn't get anything to go, then they go on an 8-0 run of their own, and they're back in the ball game now as we go to the second quarter.
Yeah, definitely it flipped the feeling of that first quarter right there before that timeout and after. And Zeeland West looking like a much more composed team out there after the timeout, able to settle things in. They've had a much better attack against that trap, been able to get the ball and get into their offense a little bit, and got themselves right back in this game after a slow start.
All right, here we go. Second quarter on the board. Home whites, numbers in green, trimmed in black for Zeeland West. The traveling blacks for North Farmington, numbers, lettering, and trimming all in gold. It will be the Raiders going right to left here. That'll get the ball out of the break. Landon Williams will get ready to run things for them. He had 5 points in that first quarter to go along with 1 rebound. And here comes the 2-3 zone out of Zeeland West. Kind of a hybrid 2-3, almost a 2-1-2 look with Merritt Aldrich pulled up to the free throw line. Left corner with space. Tyler Spratt, 3. Rattles out, no. Board down to Aldrich. I mean, it was a good look out of the zone, but that's the kind of look you're going to give up out of it to a guy like Spratt in the corner. Working with some pace, Zeeland West, pass from Aldrich, paddled out of bounds by Landon Williams. Now you can touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, I think the zone defense really going to eliminate the ability of some of the ball handlers to drive and get in there, but they are going to have the opportunity to shoot over the top of it. Spratt going to have some looks if they can work it around.
Steffen drive, left wing, Bullhouse fakes a pass, throws left corner to Baker, lobs all the way right wing to Aldrich. Hard pass, right block, Yant. Turns the back, jump pass, left wing, Steffen. Steps inside the arc, turns the back, whips it right wing, Aldrich. Toes the line, baseline drive, jump stop, leaning left-hand shot, too strong. Border ripped down by Dylan Smith, who collects another one, his 4th rebound of the half. 7:15 second quarter, 15-11. North Farmington the lead in the basketball. They'll again face up here against the Ducks 2-3 zone that caused so much havoc to the Muskegon offense on Tuesday night. Williams, top of the key, flips it to Morgan. Right wing to Rob Smith, back up top, swung left wing onto Williams with space. The lefty tries the 3, off the back rim, no. Dylan Smith collects the rebound. Williams, top of the key, drives, hesitates, throws right wing to Rob Smith. Up top, on to Morgan, back right wing to Rob. Smith, up top, 2 hands above his head, on to Morgan, back right wing to Rob Smith. Tries a deep 3, rattles out, rebound Yant. And Zeeland West comes away with another stop out of the zone. 6:35 second quarter, 15-11. Here comes the trap, left side of the floor. Bullhouse throws right side of the backcourt to Steffen. Blows over the timeline of the right-hand dribble. Dump pass, left wing Bullhouse, up top to Steffen. Back left wing to Bullhouse. Bullhouse lobs at free throw line. Yant, right wing Steffen with space, tries a three. Off the left side of the rim, no. Chase for the rebound, second effort. Luke Baker got fouled and sent down to the floor. It'll stay. Baseline left with the Ducks. That foul is on Landon Williams, his first. 6:15 in the second quarter, 15-11 North Farmington. Inbounded left wing to Bullhouse, left corner to Baker. Baker throws right wing to Steffen. Fakes a pass to Aldrich, drives. Left wing Bullhouse. Probes inside. Flips it top of the key to Steffen. He'll back it out to the left wing. Gets met up defensively by Rob Smith. Left wing to Baker. Out of the trap. Worked up top to Steffen. Steffen to Baker left wing. Baker across the floor to Bullhouse. Flips it right corner with space. Merritt Aldering three. Off the back rim. Board tracked in by Baker, but an offensive foul on Baker as he went for the basketball. It will go back the other way. 5:53 second quarter, 15-11 North Farmington.
Ducks able to hold on to the basketball long enough, eventually get it around. Open right corner three for Aldrich, who has yet to score in this game, but Baker on the weak side had to gather a couple rebounds in the game early on. That time pushed off a little bit underneath on the weak side.
Sorry, again, here's the 2-3 zone. This time pulled out to the free throw line is Orion Yant. Top of the key, Williams. Right wing, Morgan back up top to Williams. A Niagara commit. Throws it left corner to Rob Smith. Probes the baseline. Reverse layup off the glass and good. And the Raiders have their first points of the game against the zone and lead it 17-11 with 5:25 in the second. Steffen will beat the pressure nearly over the timeline, then whips it top of the key to a driving Aldrich. Aldrich takes it hard to the rack. Left-hand shot blocked and fouled by Dylan Smith. That will send Aldrich to the line.
It's going to continue to be where the Ducks want to get the basketball. Aldrich kind of lurking in the middle of the floor. If they can get the ball through the trap to him, then run the offense that way. He can either drive like he did right there or try to kick it out to the corners, which could potentially be open.
First free throw good for Aldrich. That is his first point of the ball game. Does have 2 rebounds and 2 assists as Kai Anderson will check in for Orion Yant. So a little bit smaller lineup right now out for the Ducks. Second free throw, Aldrich strong off the back rim. He's really struggled at the line early in this ball game. Landon Williams will run the offense. 17-12, 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Morgan, left wing, flips up top to Rob Smith with a quick two-hand flip. Right wing, got it to Williams. Flips it with the underhand feed to the Spartan logo on to Smith. Left wing for Dylan Smith. Up top to Williams. Right wing Rob Smith. Hesitates. Baseline drive. Poked out of there by Steffen. Regathered by Smith. And flipped up top. The offense will get reset here with the Williams. Traveling black uniforms for North Farmington. They lead it with 4:46 in the second by 5. As Zeeland West is going back to a man-to-man look right now defensively on this extended possession. Left wing for Williams. The lefty met up defensively by Baker. Hesitates, drives to the free throw line, drops it for Dylan Smith. Pull-up jumper, 19 feet, short, rebound, poked in the air. Third effort on the floor, tracked in by Bullhouse, given on to a running Miles Steffen. Over the timeline to Kai Anderson, 4:21 in the second. Nice pass, worked right wing against the trap to Steffen. Up top, Bullhouse, left wing, Anderson. Splits a pair of defenders and gets grabbed and fouled. Third of the quarter on the Raiders. That one goes on DJ Morgan for his second, 4:13 in the second, and that was probably the most aggressive half-court trap we've seen yet out of the Raiders, CT.
And pretty good job by Anderson to be able to break that. Saw it coming, able to use the dribble and step kind of between, force them to foul as he went through.
Bullhouse, left wing. Steffen thought about a deep three. Here comes the trap, poked by Morgan to the half-court line. Bullhouse somehow got it onto Steffen. Right corner with space. Triggered three. Baker, good! Right down the hatch, the lead is 2. Luke Baker again. He's got 11.
Baker's been huge in the first half for the Ducks, and his ability in some of those wild possessions to find open spacing on the floor and then just set up, wait for the ball to get to him, and knock it down when he gets those looks.
3:40 to go, second quarter. 2-point lead for North Farmington. Williams the basketball. Screen top of the key. Icing out of that screen, chasing him to the left wing, Luke Baker. Jump stop, mid-range jumper, in rhythm, Williams, no. Board down to West and Steffen. They can tie or take the lead this possession with 3:25 in the second. Bullhouse for Steffen. Over the timeline to Aldrich. They beat the pressure there. Turns the back, got fouled from behind. That'll be the fourth of the quarter on the Raiders. That one is on Morgan. That actually will be the second on Morgan. So second foul on him. 3:18 to go, second quarter. Steffen will take a seat. Orion Yant comes back in here for Coach Klein. Bullhouse top of the key, left wing Anderson. Ducks the shoulder, chase to the top of the key, whips it right wing to Yant. Yant drives in space, leaning layup, rolls out, no, got a good look but can't get the finish. And right to left over the timeline, here comes Landon Williams and the Raiders. 3:02, second quarter, 17-15, the North Farmington lead. D1 state semifinal, winners got Orchard Lake St. Mary's tomorrow. Rob Smith left wing, down left block to Spratt, double team, Smith left wing. Right corner, on from Meltzer, back on the floor. Stared at in the corner by Aldering. Left wing on for Smith. Rob Smith probes. Off balance. Right hand layup. No. Long chase for the rebound. Onto a running Yant. Poked from behind. Stolen by Williams. Thrown on to Spratt. In the lane floater. No. Following putback. No as well. Board tracked in by Baker. Now Bullhouse is running. 2.5 to go second quarter. Lead is 2. Bullhouse stops. Bullhouse gets it poked and stolen away by Landon Williams. North Farmington running. Williams reaching pass. Fouled along the baseline by Kai Anderson. The havoc that Zeeland West is looking to avoid.
Yeah, exactly. They've been doing a much better job late in the first quarter and early in the second, but right there, North Farmington able to get back to the speed that they like. Had a couple really close looks at the basket, kind of turns into a wild possession, able to force a turnover right away after they don't score, and they're attacking right back at you and kind of get the Ducks on their heels.
Coach Negosian out talking to one of the officials as Miles Steffen will check in for Kai Anderson while they're drying things up along the baseline. Merritt Aldrink, Landon Williams get it cleaned up, and now North Farmington wants a quick 30-second timeout, and they'll get that timeout. We'll stay with you here through the break. Of course, thanks to Zoe Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance for presenting Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and March on MGN. And attention, all golfers, if you want to keep your game in shape, the Leaderboard Indoor Golf has you covered. With over 500 courses, a full bar, and 17 TVs, the Leaderboard Indoor Golf is the perfect place to work on your game, host events and parties, and compete in leagues. Visit theleaderboardgolf.com or call 616-500-8709 to book your tee time today. 2:18 to go, second quarter, 17-15, low-scoring, grinding game, kind of what we thought. And again, Zeeland West is just pulling this magic again and just finding enough when they need it to stay in games.
Yeah, if they can keep that same style of game going that they've played with so far. There's been times of chaos where North Farmington's kind of taken over, but if the Ducks can kind of keep this under control a little bit, force some longer possessions from the Raiders like they have due to some of that switching man-to-man, going back and forth to that 2-3 zone defense, force the Raiders to hold on to the basketball a little bit, slows everything down, keeps this a lower-scoring, lower possession game right where Zeeland West wants it.
2:18 to go, second quarter, 17-15, North Farmington, baseline right inbound for Williams and the Raiders. Williams with some issues, lobs it in front of the timeline to a leaping Rob Smith. The 5'11 junior will reset the offense with a left-hand dribble. Right wing to Williams, defended by Bullhouse. Up top to Spratt. The dangerous shooter blows in the lane, gave a shoulder floater. Hangs on the back rim, won't fall. Rebound tipped up top and snagged by Williams. Another offensive board. Thrown down right block to Dylan Smith. The lanky senior works the baseline. Whip pass onto a driving Spratt. And he got his feet taken out from under him. And the call will be a foul on Luke Baker as they got all tied up going baseline on that one. That foul on Baker will be his second on the team, and it will send Spratt to the line. It is ruled a shooting foul. 1:56, second quarter, 17-15, North Farmington.
Yeah, a bit of a late whistle there on that one as Spratt went up with it, and then as he landed was a bit out of control, and that's more where the contact took place, but regardless, going to be some free throws for Spratt.
Spratt bends the knees, right-hand free throw, good. He's probably right along the absolute last of the guys that you want to send your line. To the line. He's so pure in general there. Will McShara, the 6'1 senior, checks back in for Coach Negosian as Meltzer will take a seat. One more here at the line for the lanky Tyler Spratt. 25 points against River Rouge. Has 5 in this ball game. Toes the line. Right foot offset in front of the left. Right-hand free throw, Spratt, good. He hit them both. So good work at the line from Spratt. Stretches the lead up to 19-15 as he hits that one. Has 6 points now in the ballgame. Full court presses on. Pointing it is McShara. Left side Bullhouse. Beats it over the timeline to Yant. Back to Steffen. Drives. Flips it left corner to Aldrink reaching pass, looking for Yant, stolen straight away by Spratt, and North Farmington off and running, 1:34 and last. Right wing Spratt stops, pops a three, hits it. Tyler Spratt taking over, 22-15 North Farmington.
Perfect use of the pass fake there. Looked like he was going to swing that one to the right corner. Gets the defender leaning that way and has a ton of room then to knock that one down.
He's got 9 now with a 1:18 in the second. Chase for the basketball, and a foul is called on the Raiders here. 1:18 to go in the second. And that will be the 5th foul on North Farmington, and it will send Trenton Bolhouse to the line here with the Ducks into the bonus. 22-15 Raiders, 1:18 in the second. Bolhouse, the lefty at the stripe, senior quarterback and free safety in the fall last year for Coach Shillito, and the first one is off the mark. Zeeland West now 3 of 8 at the stripe. I think that just about says it all. One more here at the line. Bolhouse bends the knees, flicks it up with the left, scores it. Able to go 1 of 2 at the line. Trenton Bolhouse has his first point of the ball game. 1:15 second quarter, 22-16 North Farmington. Rob Smith peering left wing. Flipped on for Williams, defended by Bolhouse. 1:06 in the second, left wing to Spratt. Spratt turning top of the key, defended by Yant. Tries a contested three, it's good. Tyler Spratt, another one. The lead is 9.
Spratt starting to feel it a little bit. That one much better guarded by the Ducks. A hand in the face from Yant at the last second, but Spratt feeling good, knocks that one down as well.
He's got 12 now, left side, pass pushed to the corner to Bolhouse, snagged it, and a timeout is awarded before a fight to the basketball to Coach Klein. 46.2 in the second, 25-16. Quick little run right here from North Farmington, doing what they do best. We'll step aside and be right back.
Hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Number 12. All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. 25-16, North Farmington over Zeeland West. 46.2 in the second. Timeout called by Coach Klein right here, CT. Trying to stop the bleeding a little bit right now because North Farmington's really doing what they do best.
Yeah, North Farmington going on a run here late in the second quarter. Extended their lead. Couldn't afford another turnover. Needed to settle things down.
Here's the 1-2-2 trap. The Ducks beat it out of there. Right corner, Baker three. Off the connector, no. Rebound, Bolhouse. Up top to Steffen. Steps into a three. Good. Able to roll it down. Miles Steffen, big triple. He's got 4 in the ball game. 30 seconds to go in the first half. 25-19, North Farmington. Meltzer out of the corner. Up top to McShara. Flips it there for a curling Williams with 22. Williams right wing to Spratt with 20. Defended by Baker. Man-to-man here for the Ducks. Up top to the Spartan logo to Williams with 14. Bolhouse crowds him with 12. 25-19, 9 seconds to go. Here goes Williams, crossing right, gets a screen from Dylan Smith. Top of the key, clutches a three, off the connector, no. Rebound, Dylan Smith, put back, good off the connector. At the horn, another offensive board, the 10th of the ball game, and Smith converts. Big finish, and one of the X factors of that first half. The offensive rebounds on the final possession winds up looming large, 27-19 at the break. 10 big minutes right here for Coach Klein and Zeeland West to try to figure some things out, CT.
Yeah, they got to try to resettle back in after controlling or able to keep things under control for most of the first half. These last couple minutes, the Raiders starting to do what they do best, forcing some turnovers, making some shots, and they're able to extend their halftime lead.
All right, we're going to step aside, be right back here with the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. We come back, we'll have some scoring, we'll have some stats, and we'll also take a look at some highlights from an action-packed first half. 27-19 D1 semifinal. North Farmington over Zeeland West.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Breslin Center. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Division I state semifinal. North Farmington over Zeeland West, 27-19 at the break here, CT, as we work our way through our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Hand over to you. Take us through some player scoring and some of the key team stats in this one that has led to this North Farmington lead at the break.
All right, we'll start with Zeeland West, led by Luke Baker in the first half, had 11 points. Stefan had 4, Yant with 2, Bullhouse with 1, and Merritt Aldrink, notably only 1 point in that first half for North Farmington. Spratt had 12, Williams with 5, Smith with 4, Rob Smith, that is, with 4, and Dylan Smith with 3. Some team stats, yeah, just the first one that jumps out, the offensive rebounds. You get it at the end of the first half there. The Raiders dominating the offensive glass early on, 10 offensive rebounds. The Ducks have 3 offensive rebounds of their own, but just really
Ducks
giving
have
up
13 total rebounds.
Yeah, it's been dominated on the boards, really both sides by the Raiders early on.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's been really key. Free throw shooting been a struggle as well. 4 of 9 right now, under 500 for Zeeland West. Let's take a look at some highlights from the first half. Let's start with this early triple that made it 8-0 from Spratt. Smith. Piers throws it to the corner. Spratt, quick trigger 3, splash with a hand in his face. 8-0 and a timeout from the Zeeland West bench as the Ducks have got to settle some things down. We'll take one right alongside Coach Klein. Zeeland West had a run back out of the break, and Luke Baker a big part of it right here. To Kai Anderson, runs it over the timeline, skips it back to Stefan, top of the key, the cornerstone commit, left wing on to Anderson, fake pass, throws left elbow, Aldrink, left corner Baker, triple try, splash, and the lead is 1. Luke Baker knocks it. All right, we're going to just mostly keep hearing from a couple of guys. Here's Luke Baker with another 3. Trap poked by Morgan to the half-court line. Bullhouse somehow got it onto Stefan. Right corner with space. Trigger 3. Baker, good. Right down the hatch. The lead is 2. Luke Baker again. He's got 11. And now, here's young Mr. Spratt for the Raiders. Aldrink reaching pass, looking for Yant, stolen straight away by Spratt, and North Farmington off and running, 134 and last. Right wing Spratt stops, pops a 3, hits it. Tyler Spratt taking over, 22-15 North Farmington. And then wrapping up really this kind of big run for North Farmington, one of the most critical parts of the ball game. It was Spratt again from deep. Williams defended by Bullhouse. 1:06 in the second. Left wing to Spratt. Spratt turning top of the key. Defended by Yant. Tries a contested 3. It's good. Tyler Spratt, another one. The lead is 9. All right, 5 minutes until the second half gets underway. And it's 27-19 at the break. North Farmington over Zeeland West. We're going to step aside, be right back here with a lot more to get to in our Farmers Insurance halftime show.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Dave Trier, Chandler Teamer here courtside at the Breslin Center. 27-19 at the break. North Farmington over Zeeland West. I think if we're looking at keys to the second half, and this is a pretty simple one, and this is the kind of insight that only I can bring, but I'm watching the first 2 or 3 minutes as being incredibly critical, because I think if this lead grows any more, Zeeland West is going to find themselves in a really tough position to pull another upset.
Yeah, they find themselves in a very similar position as they did 3 to 4 minutes into the ball game, where the Raiders were jumping them kind of early on. They turned the ball over 3 times pretty quickly in succession there and called a timeout, able to get things back under control for most of the first half until those last few minutes right before halftime. And so I think we'll see if Coach Klein at the half could once again get his guys focused and get an attack against that trap. If things continue the way they did at the end of the first half and the Raiders able to kind of run and continue to force turnovers and get in the full court a little bit more, this thing could start to get a little bit out of hand if the Raiders can extend a lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams back out, warming things up right now. Merritt Aldering pretty quiet in that first half, and of course the pressure on him very intensely out of this pressuring attack out of Coach Nagosian's team. But you'd have to think he only was able to put up 1 point in the first half, did have a couple of assists and a couple of rebounds, but Aldering is going to kind of have to put his head down offensively, bowl to the rack, and make some things happen.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be continue to be in the middle of the floor, kind of against that trap and trying to be some of the pressure break. If they can get him the ball in the middle, kind of right around the free throw line in the mid-range, there's a lot of different things he can do from there. He's got the ability to hit the mid-range shot. He can attack if the lane is open and try to finish. Might have to be through some contact, but another situation where I think he's got the size. He can just have the mentality of going for it, and his team needs it. They need some scoring. If the defense is aggressively stopping him, as they probably will and have done throughout the game, he'll have the ability to kick it to the corner, have some shooters there, and I think you have to continue to run the offense through him, and eventually the scoring is going to come.
All right, that'll do it for the Farmers Insurance. Bennett Sinner Agency, our presenting agency. Halftime show, 27-19 at the break. Home whites for Zeeland West, traveling blacks for North Farmington. The Raiders for Coach Nagosian will again bring out Rob Smith, Will McShara, Tyler Spratt, Landon Williams, and Dylan Smith. It's Trenton Bolhouse, Luke Baker, Miles Steffen, Orion Yant, and Merritt Aldering for head coach David Klein. Fresh 8 minutes are up on the board here from the Breslin Center. Right to left across the radio dial. It will be Zeeland West getting the ball, trailing by 8 to start the second half. And off we go. Aldrink pressured in the backcourt, takes it over. Jump pass right side on to Steffen. Back left wing to Aldrink. Reaches it left corner to Baker. Snags it behind the back flip as he lost his footing. Stolen away by Landon Williams. And he'll run it up the left-hand side of the floor. Williams to the free throw line. Right corner to McShara. Works around left wing to Spratt. Thinks about a deep three. Pulls up from the free throw line and hits it. Tyler Spratt staying red hot. He's got 14. And a foul on the baseline on the inbound against Will McShara will be the first of the half on the Raiders. 7:32, second quarter. Lead has grown to double digits. Near side right to left. Here's Steffen trapped in the backcourt, throws it in front of or just before the timeline to Aldrink. Over the timeline now to Bolhouse. In a trap. Bolhouse dumps it right wing to Yant. Yant starts the dribble, picks it up, feeds it up top to Bolhouse. Trapped lob pass right side to Steffen. Up fake, low driving left wing pass to Baker, snagged. Given up top to Bolhouse. Reaches it to Steffen with space, tries a three. Rattles out, no. Board tracked in by Baker. Hits a cutting Steffen. Took the contact, right hand shot, no. Can't draw the foul either. And here come the Raiders with Landon Williams. Bolhouse will defend Williams. First minute gone in the third quarter, 29-19. Right wing for Williams, off the feed from Spratt. Williams jabs, baseline pull-up J, splash. The mid-range J from Williams, and the lead is 12 with 6:39 of the second. Ducks beat the pressure. Over the timeline from Bolhouse back to Steffen. Free throw line Aldrink, left corner Baker, steps around a defender, lobs it right wing to Bolhouse. Flips it short right corner, Yant. Hits a cutting Bolhouse. Right hand shot, good, and a foul. Bolhouse takes it strong to the rack. Lead back down to 10.
You have to love the cuts to the basket from the guards of the Ducks the last couple possessions. Steffen on the last one thought he got fouled, didn't get the call. This time Bolhouse, a strong take to the basket as well. Gets rewarded with the and one.
Bolhouse, the lefty, bends the knees, flips it up. Free throw rattles out, no. Board tracked in by Yant, put back strong, grabs his own rebound, blocked out of there, and on a left-hand push shot on the block, Orion Yant gets fouled. Now Yant will find his way to the stripe.
Free throw shooting continues to be an issue for the Ducks, but they survived that one. Strong offensive board by Yant. Couple looks at it, eventually gets fouled.
Foul on Smith is his second. Yant able to hit the first at the line. The 6'5" senior football tight end and linebacker for Coach Shillito in the fall has got one more coming up right here. Bends the knees, free throw is good. Able to hit them both, he's got 4. The lead is down to 31-23 with 6:17 in the third. I look to Bolhouse and Yant, those power T-bred toughness guys from the fall to have to kind of lead the way back. They're doing so right now a bit for Zeeland West. Up top, Williams. Probes in, pull-up jumper, 18 feet is pure. Landon Williams, another tough pull-up is good. He's got 9.
For the Ducks, frustrating when you're playing pretty good defense, but the mid-range game, both Williams and Spratt shooting out of their mind right now. Everything dropping in. Both of those guys able to step inside the arc and create some shots.
Ducks able to beat the pressure over the timeline. Steffen able to somehow flip it on to Bolhouse. Left corner, kind of a shovel pass to Luke Baker. Goes through the hands of Baker, out of bounds. North Farmington takes over. 5:40 to go third quarter. 10-point lead for the Raiders. They're up 33-23.
Those are the kind of turnovers that hurt right there. A little bit unpressured. He had it in the corner. I think Baker just wanted to swing that pass down low to either Aldrink or Yant just before he even had control of it. Went through his hands.
Sorry, CT. Matchup 2-3 zone. Up top to Williams. Free throw line. Spratt. Turnaround jumper is good. Didn't even wrinkle the twine on its way down. 16 for Spratt. The lead is 35-23 with 5:14 in the third. An absolute showcase from the mid-range right now for the Raiders. Over the timeline, Aldrink into a double-team trap, feeds it up top onto Steffen. Left corner, Baker with space, triggers a 3. Rattles out, put back, Bolhouse short. Board to the free throw line, tracked in by Baker. Right-hand shot blocked by Smith. Chase to the basketball, and a foul from behind will get whistled on, I believe, Dylan Smith for North Farmington. There were a couple hands in there. No, it's going to be on Will McShara for his third. 4:54 third quarter. Meltzer will come in for him. Baseline left inbound. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third. Down 12 here for the Ducks. It will be Bolhouse to lob in. Flips it left corner to Steffen. Quick triggers it left wing Baker. Up top to Aldrink. To the right corner, Bolhouse with space 3. Off the rim is short. Board is down to Spratt. Here comes Williams and the Raiders. Left to right in the traveling blacks. Over the timeline to Rob Smith. Up top to Williams. Williams, no look left wing Spratt. Deep 3. Off the front rim, no. And the board tracked in by Baker. Wow. A held ball is going to be called as Rob Smith got there. Baker had the ball. Smith kind of pulled his hand away to get a part of the ball, but a held ball was called. The possession will stay now or go to North Farmington. Baseline left with Williams. Into Spratt, cutting to the basket. Right-hand shot off the window and good. He's got 18. And a timeout from Coach Klein. He's got 2 remaining. 4.5 to go in the third. 37-23, North Farmington going for a run in the state semifinal.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Welcome back to game night, and welcome back to the Breslin Center. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you, MGN Radio Plus Game Center. 4.5 to go, exactly 4:30 to go in the third quarter. 37-23, North Farmington taking one of their best runs of the ball game right now. Out of the break, it'll be a baseline inbound for Zeeland West. Near side, Merritt Aldrink runs it up against the pressure. Throws it right side to Steffen. Left side over the timeline to Aldrink. Stopped by the double. Up top to Steffen. Steffen right wing, picks up the dribble, throws right corner to Kai Anderson, who's back on the floor. Drives the baseline, right wing, given out. Steffen steps into a 3 strong. Rebound tracked in momentarily by Aldrink, now sent down to the floor. They tie up over this one, and on the held ball, the possession will this time go to the Ducks. 4:08 to go third quarter, 37-23.
Ducks continue to fight it a little bit from the field here in the second half. But they're doing some more work on the offensive glass that time. Aldrink able to tap it up to himself, enough to where he tied it up, get another jump ball, and get another chance.
Inbound left wing to Baker, steps through 2 defenders, whips it overhead pass right wing to Steffen, worked up top to Aldrink, dumps it back Steffen deep right wing, deep left wing Aldrink, back right side to Steffen, thinks about a 3, skips it free throw line to Bolhouse. He is fouled from behind. That will send Trenton Bolhouse to the stripe.
It's potentially where the Ducks could work themselves, try to cut into this deficit a little bit. They've got the Raiders into some foul trouble here, at least team-wise, in the third quarter. If they can continue to value the basketball, hold on to it, force the Raiders to commit those fouls, they can have a chance to get to the free throw line quite a bit.
3 fouls now on Rob Smith. First free throw short for Bolhouse. Now 6 of 13 at the line for the Ducks in this ball game. Morgan will check in for Smith off that third foul. 2 fouls, by the way, also for Landon Williams, and 2 for Dylan Smith. 1 more for Bolhouse at the line. The 6'2 senior bends the knees. Lefty shooter with the left foot just a scotch ahead of the right. Second free throw ratchets down good. So Bolhouse now with 4 in the ball game, able to hit that one. 37-24 with 3:52 in the third. 2-3 zone out right here, kind of a modified 2-3. Looks a little bit like a 3-2 as they'll now pull Bolhouse all the way out up top into a swinging 1-2-2 matchup. Right wing with a whole bunch of space. Meltzer 3 is pure. Avi Meltzer off the bench knocks down the triple. 40-24, 3.5 to go. Here's Aldrich, skips the left corner to Baker. Good sequence on to Bolhouse, to the corner. Anderson, 3 is good. Anderson able to answer on back.
Anderson's been huge in this playoff run as a scoring option off the bench. Had not scored until that shot right there in the game for the Ducks, but a big one from the corner.
3:08 in the third, 40-27 North Farmington. Williams, whip pass, right corner, Meltzer, space again. Off the back rim, can't get the rattle. Dylan Smith tracks in the rebound, put back with the left, good, and a foul. Dylan Smith sticking with it again.
And Smith has dominated on the offensive glass all game long. That time, bit of a strange bounce off the 3 from Meltzer. Looked like it bounced in extra time. The Ducks jumped early. Smith timed it right, able to go up and get that one.
Smith bends the knees, right hand free throw, rattles out, can't quite complete the three-point play. He has 5 to go along with 9 rebounds now in the ball game. Inside 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 42-27. Ducks get it into the paint to Bolhouse. Up top, triple try, Steffen. Short off the front rim, leaping rebound down to Tyler Spratt. He'll take it himself with 2:40 in the third. 42-27, his team's lead. Flips it left wing to Morgan. Morgan to Spratt in between the rings. Defended here out of the man-to-man by Luke Baker. Left wing to Dylan Smith. Up top to Williams. Williams drives, pulls it up from the elbow. Off the back rim, no. Board tracked in by Miles Steffen. 2:22, third quarter. Aldrich over the timeline to Bolhouse. Flips the right wing to a running Steffen. Pass to the corner. Straight stolen away by Landon Williams. Read the passing lane. Toed the out-of-bounds line and stole it away. 2:10 in the third. North Farmington back up and back with the basketball. 42-27. Meltzer up top, Dylan Smith. Left wing, Landon Williams. Baseline drive, left hand flinging shot off the window and good. The Raiders taking over.
A tough one. It looked like Williams already kind of losing his balance as he went up with that one, was falling down, just threw it up with the left hand and off the glass and in.
Against the pressure, right elbow. Steffen throws left wing to Aldrich. Up fake, drives, throws it right corner with space. Anderson, 3, good. Second 3 of the quarter off the bench for Kai Anderson. He's got 6, 90 seconds to go, third quarter, 44-30.
Anderson doing everything he can to try to keep the Ducks in it. 6 points, couple threes, the last couple minutes for the Ducks.
West will set up a little bit of a matchup zone right here. Aldrich gets moved on to Smith. Top of the key pass to Williams, nearly stolen. Able to slip it away left corner to Spratt, and Spratt gets grabbed along the left baseline and fouled. 1:14, third quarter, 44-30. That's the second foul of the team of the quarter on West. Steffen will pick up that foul and take a seat as Yant will come in his place. Baseline left inbound for Landon Williams. Lobs up top to Morgan with space. Tries a 3, spins it down. DJ Morgan getting in on the party a little bit. 1:05 to go in the third quarter. The lead is 17. Anderson, left wing for Aldrich. Aldrich to Kai Anderson. Thinks about the college 3. Extra pass, cutting to the basket. Bolhouse is grabbed and fouled, and Trenton Bolhouse will go back to the line. 53 seconds to go, third quarter, 47-30. Right now, 2 fouls, all on Morgan, Williams, and Smith for North Farmington as Bolhouse goes to the line at Zeeland West in a little bit of a dangerous position now where they're going to have to look to start pushing the pace on both ends a little bit.
That's going to play right into what the Raiders are trying to do through the first 3 quarters, and the Ducks, not much of a choice now, down 17. Need some scoring and need it pretty quick. Still a full fourth quarter to go yet, but at some point going to try to outdo the Raiders in terms of going quickly and scoring.
Slotak and Steffen check in. First free throw is no good. 7-14 at the line for the team. Bolhouse, second one, rattles home. Got the friendly touch on the back end of that one. Bolhouse now with 5 in the ball game. And an inbound end line violation on Landon Williams. He stepped over that end line, waiting for someone to come in the backcourt for him. And Zeeland West will get a free offensive possession out of his. Luke Baker checks back in here. 53 seconds to go in the third, 47-31.
Williams standing along the baseline, calling out to his teammates, trying to get someone to come back for the basketball, and just took a step. That left foot barely over the line, but the official standing right next to him, all over it. Ducks going to get another possession here in the last minute.
Right now the officials getting cleaned up who's coming on the floor. Luke Baker will be in. Coach Nagosian talking to the scorer's table as well, as he's going to get Tyler Spratt in for DJ Morgan. Kai Anderson kneeling at the scoring table, ready to come in. As the officials continue to talk about things, it looks like Orion Yant will be staying on the floor. Anderson will be staying at the scorer's table. 53.4 to go, third quarter, 47-31. Baseline right, offensive inbound coming up here for Trenton Bolhouse and the Ducks. Throws it right corner to Steffen. Curls, throws free throw line. Aldrink dumps it to the corner to Bolhouse. Right wing Steffen, back to Bolhouse. Triggers a triple. Off the front rim, short. Rebound tracked in by Yant. Put back, swatted into the camera crews by Smith. It will stay baseline left with the Ducks. A hard rebound right there from Yant, but Smith the answer, protecting the rim.
Physical rebound from Yant to get himself in a position to get that rebound, but as you've seen throughout the game as well, Smith's ability to be a true rim protector down low, able to go up and block that one from being a putback.
Anderson comes in for Yant now. 44 seconds even to go in the third quarter. Right corner, Baker. Quick triggers a three on the inbound. Short rebound down to a running Rob Smith, who's back in the ball game. Smith chasing the basket, poked from behind by Kai Anderson, who went 2 rows deep in the stands to save the basketball in the Trenton Bolhouse. 30 seconds in the third. The Ducks have got it. Over the timeline, Miles Steffen. Left wing flip to Aldrink. Back to Steffen. Steffen spins on the pivot, left wing to Aldrink, quick into a three, off the connector, rebound, tracked in, free throw line, Aldrink, jump stop, leaning shot, no, he's fouled. Merritt Aldrink to the line for 2. It's been a quiet game for Merritt, just 1 point, and the Mr. Basketball runner-up will go back to the line here with 14.9 in the third quarter, down 47-31.
If Zeeland West wants a chance to come back, you're going to have to see some more of that from Merritt Aldrink in the fourth quarter, where there was defenders in front of him, multiple bodies in the lane, but he just went for it. He's got the size and the ability to kind of push off a little bit, create some separation just by bulling his way in there, and eventually draws the foul.
Vinny Lee will check in here for Dylan Smith. Rob Smith also to the benches. DJ Morgan back in. First free throw is good for Aldrink. He's got one more at the stripe. Team goes above 500 shooting at the line right now for one of the first times. Aldrink, 24 in the home white jersey. Offsets the left foot in front of the right. Second free throw is good. It will hit them both pure. He has 3 now in the ball game. The lead is 47-33. Final 14 seconds. Here comes Landon Williams, left to right over the timeline. Defended here, met up at the half-court line by Slotak. Slotak reaches and fouls as he'll pick up his first of the game, and still one more to give right here before the bonus for the Ducks.
Coach Klein bringing Slotak in here to play really aggressive on ball, to give everything he can to try to get a steal. If the officials let it play out, great. If not, you've got the foul to give.
8 seconds in the third. Back underway to Williams up the right side of the floor. Crosses to the left wing, keeping the dribble, left elbow. Whips it across right quarter. Morgan toes the line, launches a three, rattles in. Morgan got it at the buzzer. A friendly touch off the back rim with bodies collapsing in front of him. That'll do it for the third quarter. 50-33 after 3. We'll be right back here from the Breslin Center. It's all North Farmington right now.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
All right, welcome back to the Breslin Center, ready to go with the fourth quarter. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer will get the students off the court after a pair of Zeeland West and a pair of North Farmington students combined for 0-4 in the half-court shooting. You know the kind of kid that volunteers to do that's talking a lot, too, before they do it. Their confidence going. One kid's got a leg sleeve on. So if you're wearing the team's basketball shorts and the leg sleeve, I think you're very confident about your ability to knock it down. So you better hit it. Yep. And you didn't. No one did. We will go to the fourth quarter, though. You know who is hitting shots? Tyler Spratt, Landon Williams, North Farmington. Dominant third quarter. They're just running away 50-33. They're hitting everything, causing havoc on the other end.
Yeah, it was a shooting display in the third quarter. Both of those guys got hot. A couple threes from Morgan in there as well, and just a incredible shooting performance.
All right, out of the break, North Farmington the lead and the basketball. Go to work up top onto Williams. Left wing to Rob Smith. Thinks about the deep three. No look pass up top to Dylan Smith. Hands it off on a curling weave to Williams. Right wing to Meltzer. Up top to Williams. He'll stand on the Spartan logo and reset the offense. Loosely watched by Orion Yant. Right wing for Spratt. Up top to Williams. Swung left wing on to Williams. He'll drive. Pull-up jumper along the baseline is good. What a game for Landon Williams. He's got 13. The lead stretches to 52-33. 40 seconds gone in the fourth. Merritt Aldrink beats the pressure up the left side of the floor. Stops at the elbow. Left corner for Baker. Left wing to Bullhouse. Right wing Steffen. Steffen probes in. Whips it to Aldrink. Thinks about the college three. Picks up the dribble. Flipped extra pass left corner to Baker. Skipped left wing to Bullhouse. Right elbow. Driving Steffen. Floater strong. Rebound. Snagged out of there by Spratt. Maybe got away with taking an extra step. And North Farmington will take up the basketball. First minute, 5 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. Meltzer right corner. Defended by Aldrink. Right wing to Williams, being hounded defensively all the way to the half-court line by Bullhouse. Right wing to Dylan Smith. Smith for Rob Smith. Smith drives. Left block. Two-hand shot. Blocked. Poked out of bounds. Last off of Aldrink. 6:37 to go fourth quarter. 52-33. Anderson and McShara in for the respective teams.
Seeing the Ducks defense get a lot more aggressive here on ball and as well down low, trying to close down some of those passing lanes. Only 3 turnovers by the Raiders so far in the game, and Ducks going to need some stops and turnovers.
Inbound right there through the hands of Spratt, taken by Aldrink. Drives the lane. Left-hand shot is good. Defense into offense. Aldrink to steal and the score. 52-35.
That's a start for the Ducks right there, able to poke one free. Aldrink seizing the opportunity, taking that one, getting his first field goal of the game.
Hard to believe, but it's been that sort of day. Just 5 points for Merritt Aldrink. Farmington going to work up top with Williams. He'll stand there. 6:12 and less to go. Fourth quarter. Loosely watched by Baker. Williams starts the dribble to the right wing. Baker picks him up there. Screen from Dylan Smith. Williams top of the key. Gave it right elbow to Smith. Turns the back on Baker. Backs his way down. Spin shot. Right hand good. Nice work right there from Dylan Smith. 54-35. He's got 7 in the ball game. 5:52 to go in the game. Aldrink top of the key. Fakes a handoff for Anderson. Whips it left wing to Baker. Toes the line. Sidesteps the defender. Pass to the corner. Patted down by Williams. And as Williams snagged the basketball, he's grabbed and fouled from behind by Baker. And it will go the other way with North Farmington. Meltzer comes back in for McShara for Coach Negosian. 5:40 to go. Fourth quarter. 54-35. Still some team foul trouble for North Farmington right now. They've been working with McShara, who goes to the bench, has got 4. Over the timeline, Dylan Smith back up top to Williams. He's working with 3 fouls against, and he's trapped here by the Ducks, who go to a half-court trap of their own right now. Meltzer feeding around left wing. Spratt left corner with space. Triple try. Smith rattles out. Rebound down to a running Merritt Aldrink. Behind the back dribble to get free. Aldrink to the paint. Clutches. Left hand shot strong. Board patted to the corner. Bodies crash into the front row of the stands. And it is going to go North Farmington's way. 5:11 fourth quarter, 54-35.
Smith and Bullhouse both aggressively going for that rebound, crashing into the bench down there, and really tough to see exactly who that went off. The officials going to deem off the Ducks and Bullhouse.
Ducks trying to full court trap of their own, beating left corner to Rob Smith. Spins away, drives the baseline, floater off the backboard, no. Touching put back, Dylan Smith short as well. Board down to Kai Anderson, he's off and running. Behind the play, Smith and Aldrich tripped each other up. Left corner, Bolhouse. Baseline drive, whip pass, up top, Aldrich. Left angle drive, throws it to the corner. Baker, triple try, missed it all strong, straight into the arms of Bolhouse. Left hand shot, poked out of bounds. Orion Yant got sent down hard. And you can hear a little bit of it from the Zeeland West faithful. They thought there were 2 or 3 missed fouls on that play. It will be a baseline right inbound here for the Ducks. 4:40 to go, fourth quarter. Coach Negosian, through the noise, will call out a timeout. 54-35 with inside 5 minutes to go. We'll step aside, be right back.
Was founded based on the belief that the interests of our clients must always come first.
We listen and understand your objectives before making a recommendation.
We customize the portfolio of investments to fit your goals.
It is our commitment to provide a strong line of communication.
Our services include family wealth management, saving for retirement, and estate planning and trust services.
Getting started is as easy as picking up the phone. After all, when everything is said and done, isn't it about time?
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back, everyone. Division I state semifinal. 4:40 to go in the ball game on a 19-point, 54-35 lead for North Farmington. But a dominant second half. They led by 8 at the break, and they've just put their foot on the throttle the entire second half, CT.
Yeah, they have the shot making has stepped it up a notch in the second half, as well as continuing to force enough turnovers, give themselves extra possessions, and the rest of the way, I think you started to see it there right before that timeout from the coaching staff of the Raiders that this thing could get a little chippy the rest of the way. There was a couple foul calls or non-calls on either end that could have been called potentially. The Zeeland faithful wanted it. They didn't get it, and so I think as this thing looks more and more likely, the Raiders are going to keep their lead going on, that things could get a little chippy between both teams.
All right, Ducks down 54-35. Will inbound baseline right here with Bolhouse. 4:40 to go in the ball game. Bolhouse lobs right wing to Baker, flips it right corner to Anderson. Up top to Aldrich, jabs, angles elbow, jump stop, reverse layup is good. Tough finish. Whipping around a couple of defenders for Aldrich. The full court trap now going the other way. The Ducks bring the pressure, beating over the timeline to Rob Smith. 4:24 in the fourth. Smith lost his footing into the trap. Exit pass. And a timeout called by Coach Negosian. First, 2 now remaining for either team. Will stay with you through the break. 4:19 fourth quarter, 54-37. One of the problems you're going to have trapping when you go up against a team like North Farmington is they get to see one of the best traps possible in practice every day, so it's going to be less effective than what you might often expect it to be.
Right, yeah, they're going against it. That's how they perfect their craft on the defensive end, is going head-to-head like that. And, of course, they run it themselves, so they know exactly kind of what they're looking for and what the weaknesses of it are. Not that it can't be done. You can still, the Ducks can use their length and try to do some creative things to get some turnovers, but against a team that does it all the time can be that much more difficult.
All right, we'll break out of the timeout. North Farmington traveling blacks, numbers in gold. Home whites for Zeeland West, numbers in green. 4:19 to go in the ball game, 54-37. And North Farmington will have the basketball and the lead here. Inbound from right in front of Coach Negosian by Landon Williams. 1-2-2 trap on the other side coming here for Zeeland West. Williams flips it into the backcourt for Spratt. Spratt to Williams, who will call out a new play with a right-hand dribble. Williams throws over the timeline, left side to Spratt. Spratt is doubled, and Spratt is fouled by a reaching Trenton Bolhouse. That will be his second foul, and the second on the team. 4:09 to go in the ball game, 54-37 North Farmington. And Zeeland West is looking for even more havoc than Muskegon forced against them on Tuesday night. Williams to throw in left side, got it to Spratt. Spratt is doubled, poked and nearly stolen by Kai Anderson. Anderson committed a foul, and then Spratt kind of said, get off me a little bit, but Kai Anderson managed to fall for about half the basketball court over the half-court line, and it will stay with North Farmington. Third foul on Zeeland West, 54-37. With 4:06 to go in the game. Again, Williams to throw in left side. Williams Into Rob Smith. The junior guard will set it up here against a three-quarter court trap. Smith up the middle of the floor, left side to Williams, runs it over the timeline, skips it left corner to Meltzer. Meltzer is trapped, and a held ball is called as Merritt Aldrich was able to meet him there for the basketball, and the possession will go back the other way with Zeeland West off that play. It will go back the other way. Miles Steffen will check in here for Coach Klein with 3:56 to go in the ball game. Yant will take a seat.
The Ducks able to finally force the ball into the corner where they can get that double team on. Aldrich seeing the opportunity to get in there, tie it up just long enough to get the whistle.
Aldrich lobs over the timeline to Anderson. Left corner through the hands of Baker. Pass just out of his reach, out of bounds. And back the other way comes North Farmington off the mistake. Again, full court press right here out of the Ducks with 3:49 of the fourth quarter. Spratt left side to Dylan Smith. Throws it over the timeline. We're running Landon Williams. Skips it to Smith. Up top, Spratt, right wing Williams are taking the air out of the basketball. Top of the key to Dylan Smith. Left corner to Rob Smith. Playing a four corners offense. On the right side, throw now free throw line to Dylan Smith. Right wing for Williams. 3:30 in the fourth quarter. Four corners offense, staying out there against the trap. Left wing for Smith. Left side in front of the timeline. Spratt lobs it to Williams on the right. Top of the key, Dylan Smith. Pass is tipped and he's fouled by Merritt Aldrich. That will be the fourth on the Ducks. Kind of a light touch there of the hand from Aldrich, gets whistled. 3:17 to go, fourth quarter. Second foul on Aldrich. .317 to go in the ball game, 54-37. Zeeland West trapping as Rob Smith's got it over the timeline, right side pass, batted back to him by Miles Steffen. Both sides crash after the basketball. Goes out of bounds last off of the Ducks' right side. 3:10, fourth quarter, 54-37. Orion Yant will come in for Luke Baker after Baker picked up his fourth foul on that last sequence. It'll be Williams to throw in. Backcourt to Spratt. What a game for Spratt with 18. Back to Williams. Runs over the timeline. Up the right side of the floor. Jump stop. Left side. Pass nearly stolen on its way to Spratt by Anderson. But Spratt collects it. Throws it back right side to Williams. Runs the half-court line. Skips it to Spratt. Spratt left corner to Rob Smith. Lobs up top to Landon Williams. Inside 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go. 54-37 North Farmington. They're killing some clock out of the trap. Here's Williams. Williams angles to the right wing and peels it back out. Right corner, DJ Morgan. Morgan, right wing for Williams. 2.5 to go in the ball game. Williams down the left side of the lane, gets free. Left-hand shot, met at the rim, blocked by Aldrich. Follow from Dylan Smith. He is fouled, and Smith will go to the line. The Raiders into the bonus as well. 2:29, fourth quarter. Foul on Yant from behind will be his first, and it will send Smith to the line.
Raiders so effectively spreading the floor, eating up a ton of clock and keeping it under control the entire time. The Ducks running around like crazy trying to make something happen, and Raiders the entire time stay composed, able to work the ball around, eventually see an opportunity to attack, even though the initial shot missed. Smith there to clean it up as he has all night long. That's his 11th rebound.
First free throw off the mark for Smith. Just the sixth free throw of the game shot by North Farmington. They're now 3 of 6 minus the 10 of 18 mark for Zeeland West. Here is Smith, one more at the line for the 6'9" senior. Bends the knees, right hand free throw, too strong, missed them both. Board down to Aldrich running with 2.5 to go in the ball game, down 54-37 in the state semis. Free throw line, Bolhouse up top. Aldrich tries a deep three. Off the connector, no. Rebound tipped up top by Anderson, taken away by Morgan. And North Farmington out of the backcourt sets it up again with Williams. Angles over the timeline, flips it underhand to Spratt with 2:07 to go. Spratt stops. Spratt fouled by Bolhouse and Tyler. Spratt will go to the line. That's foul 4 on Bolhouse. So 2:04 in the ball game, 54-37. And this team, 5 senior starters, 2 juniors, and a lot of really great careers about to come to a close here for Zeeland West tonight. Spratt at the line, bends the knees, flicks it up with the right, rattles out. 3 free throws missed in a row right now for the Raiders. Ryan Yant back in the ball game for Kai Anderson. So right now, all of those 5 seniors on the floor. My guess is we'll get a moment here shortly with all of them coming off the floor for the Ducks. Second free throw, Spratt up and good. A quiet second half, especially fourth quarter for Spratt, but he certainly did his damage, just 1 away from 20 right now. Inside 2 minutes to go, 54-38. There's a drive to Aldrich. Left-hand shot is good. Aldrich able to get that tough finish. He's got 9. Spratt over the timeline to Smith with 138. Smith to the right corner with 135. Lobs it left side to Williams. Inside 90 seconds to go, up top to Spratt. Spratt backing. Skips it in front of the half-court line to Williams. Here comes the trap with 123. Right wing to Spratt. Spratt with 119. Williams left side. Williams drives and Williams is fouled. That will send him to the line. The foul goes on Yant. And Quinexo, the senior, comes up from the bench for Coach Klein, so he's going to start getting seniors off the floor right here. 1:14 to go in the ball game. Landon Williams to the stripe. Williams, the lefty, what a game for him. 13 points. Bends the knees, left-hand free throw good, able to hit that one. (56-39). Off the floor goes Orion Yant, a hug of his coaching staff. Miles Steffen will follow. Trenton Bolhouse next off. One at a time, getting their moment. Here comes Luke Baker. And last off the floor is the Mr. Basketball runner-up, the 4-year starter and the all-time leading scorer for the Zeeland West Ducks, Merritt Aldrich. He'll take the jersey off, wipe the face, come to meet this coaching staff with an embrace, a tearful embrace. On the other side, the seniors coming off for North Farmington as well. One at a time, Merritt Aldrich, Luke Baker working their way through the coaching staff and their teammates. Off the floor for the final time as Zeeland West Ducks. 56-39. The chant is thank you, seniors, from the students section. Minute 15 to go. One more at the line here for Landon Williams. Williams. Left-hand free throw, too strong. Board tracked in by Lincoln Jipping, and he'll take up the offense here over the timeline, throws it to Keaton Hendricks, the junior. Hendricks stops, flips it left wing to Jake Lencioni. At the top of the key, Jipping. Jipping skips right wing to Hendricks. Hendricks across left wing to Lencioni, the junior. Top of the key, Jipping with 54 seconds. Against the trap, free throw line, throws to Hendricks, and Hendricks is tied up and fouled by Morgan from behind. First foul of the final quarter on North Farmington. 50.9 in the ball game, 56-39 the score. Off the floor to an applause goes Landon Williams. As Fidel Diom comes on in his place. It'll be Lencioni, the junior guard, to throw in here for Coach Klein. Lencioni, inbound, stolen away by the active hands of Lawrence Woodley. He'll give it on to DJ Morgan to run the offense. Final 45 seconds of the state semifinal. North Farmington will have Orchard Lake St. Mary's tomorrow afternoon for the Division I state championship. Right wing, Johnson, 3. That one off the mark for Jordan Johnson, the junior guard. Baseline inbound or rebound taken up the floor by Jipping. Jipping over the timeline. Timeout from Coach Klein, as he wants to reset things and get something set up here for the final moments. 27 seconds to go. He'll get Brody Moss on the floor along with Quentin Van Lente. 27.1 on the clock, 56-39. And again, the second half, all North Farmington, the Raiders, are going to be on their way if there's a team that can give the seemingly unbeatable Eaglets some trouble, it might be this Raider press.
It just might be. Zeeland West did everything they could in the first half, able to keep it within striking distance most of the way, but that style of play just wears on you over the course of an entire game. You've seen it now here in the third and fourth quarters as to where turnovers start to rack up, and trying to guard them on the opposite end when they've got multiple shot makers like that can be really difficult for a team, and North Farmington showing that they're legit here in the second half.
All right, 27 seconds on the clock. North Farmington on their way to the state championship. It'll be a final mark of 20-8 for Zeeland West, but what a run. The first ever district championship in school history, the first ever regional championship in school history, and their first appearance at the Breslin Center. Inbound at right wing to Mas. Up top to Lencioni. Out of the trap, right corner. Will Skaggs on the floor, clutches one up, missed everything short with 18 seconds. And North Farmington will get ready to start it up inside 15. The Raiders, they came out swinging, went up 8-0 to start the ball game, and never really looked back in this one. Final 5 seconds off the clock, a handoff. A finish from Diome is good at the buzzer, and the Raiders will take it to the final. 58-39, North Farmington is state championship bound. They win it. A clinic of exactly what North Farmington has done all year long, and this is a core that's built over a couple years, just like that Zeeland West core. And CT, they're on their way to the state championship tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, really impressive team, for all the senior leadership and talent that the Ducks have. There's a lot on that North Farmington sideline as well. Guys that have been here for a while, played in a lot of really big games, and saw them take over throughout the course of the game, but especially in the second half. Guys that, take a lot of energy to play the style of basketball that they do, but they stuck with it the entire way, made a lot of big shots and big threes, mid-range jumpers. That's just not a whole lot you can do. The defense was there. A really impressive performance.
A lot more to get to. Stats, recap, awards, highlights, and much more on the way. North Farmington over Zeeland West. The Raiders on their way to the state championship.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Breslin Center. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer wrapping things up with our Centennial Securities postgame show. 58-39. The Raiders of North Farmington on their way to the state championship game. CT, I'll get it to you first for some stat recap, and then we'll send it on and take a look at some highlights from the second of the 2 D1 semis here this afternoon.
All right, we'll start with the Ducks. Luke Baker led the way, 11 points. Merritt Aldrich with 9. Miles Steffen with 4. Ryan Yant had 4. Kai Anderson had 6. Bullhouse with 5. And that was it for the Ducks. For North Farmington, leading all scorers here tonight, Tyler Spratt, 19. Williams with 12. DJ Morgan with 9. Dylan Smith with 7. Rob Smith with 4. Meltzer with 3. And Guillaume with 2.
All right, you mentioned Smith. He certainly had a big second half. The big 6'9" senior, a couple of tough putbacks. Here was the first of, actually, let's start with Landon Williams, our first player we're going to look at here in the second half highlights. It was Landon Williams, the tough pull-up jumper that really set the tone because they just started splashing them from 18 feet left, right, and center. The way back, they're doing so right now a bit for Zeeland West. Up top, Williams. Probes in, pull-up jumper, 18 feet is pure. Landon Williams, another tough pull-up is good. He's got 9. All right, now I got just ahead of myself. Here's Dylan Smith, tough putback and 1 in the third quarter. This really kind of served as one of the main jumping off and going away points. North Farmington, Williams, whip pass, right corner, Meltzer, space again, off the back rim, can't get the rattle. Dylan Smith tracks in the rebound, put back with the left, good, and a foul. Dylan Smith sticking with it again. Then we do have a highlight coming out of the Ducks from that second half, despite the dominance from North Farmington. How about Merritt Aldrink going coast to coast, the steal and the score.
Only 3 turnovers by the Raiders so far in the game, and Ducks going to need some stops and turnovers.
Inbound right there through the hands of Spratt, taken by Aldrink, drives the lane, left-hand shot is good, defense into offense. Aldrink the steal and the score, 52-30. And now we go to our Farmers Insurance, the Bennett Sinner Agency in Wyoming on 28th Street, our new presenting agency for Farmers Insurance. They present our play of the game, and we go to the end of the first half, and we go to Tyler Spratt. This was the 3 in the middle of a big run to end the half that really kind of felt like the exclamation point of the ball game and set the tone into the second half for North Farmington. Williams defended by Bullhouse. 1:06 in the second. Left wing to Spratt. Spratt turning top of the key. Defended by Yant. Tries a contested 3. It's good. Tyler Spratt, another one. The lead is 9. All right, now let's take a look on to our Centennial Securities winning game plan. Remember that Centennial Securities has the investments and advice for your best financial game plan. And really, it was Coach Nagosian today. The winning game plan was just doing what his team did best. They caused havoc. They were able to get out and run. Their offense started to take over. He trusted his guys to hit those tough shots and wanted being the difference in North Farmington, able to run away doing what they do best.
Yeah, it sure did. The Ducks able to settle things down and keep it under control late in the first quarter, early in the second. But just over the course of the game, eventually really wore on them. Had 14 turnovers that they forced from the Ducks, and that style has worked so well from them. It looks like they're going to have a chance tomorrow if they can continue to pull it off. They've got a chance of that style of game to beat Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and executed it perfectly here today.
Rainbow Grill in Granville presents our Player of the Game award, Tyler Spratt. We just mentioned him a moment ago, the play of the game. Second quarter, he hit all those threes. He kept it going to the tough shots. Third quarter, led the way offensively, just going 1 point shy of 20. An incredible performance, though, from Tyler Spratt, the engine that ran things for the Raiders this afternoon.
Yeah, he had a couple shots where it's just he's a pure shooter. That's really about all you can say. And then knocking some shots down. Him and Williams both had a stretch in there in the third quarter where it was just some contested mid-range shots that the defense was there, and it's just better shooting than it was defense, and knocked it down. And he had a really, really incredible game leading the Raiders in scoring. Had a couple threes, mid-range, driving to the basket, free throw line as well, and a true scorer.
He definitely doesn't need any space to get free. North Farmington really start to finish, nearly wire to wire, able to win this one in Division I. They've got a date with Orchard Lake St. Mary's for the state championship. Kind of two teams that have been top 5 all year long, and two teams that people kind of felt that this would very likely be a possible matchup in the state championship game tomorrow afternoon. For Zeeland West, that great senior core, what a career it was for Aldrink and Baker and company. It comes to a close. And the best place it probably can come to a close for a high school player in Michigan here on the floor at the Breslin Center is a historic team, winning the first ever district, first ever region, and going to the Breslin Center for the first time for Zeeland West here this year. All right, that'll do it for our Saturday coverage at the Breslin Center on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. We're not done for the weekend, though. We'll see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. as Sacred Heart out of Mount Pleasant takes on Tri-Unity as Coach Keeler and the defenders go for his 6th career state championship. We'll see if he can win one more and continue that incredible career that he's had, nearly 700 wins as well. So we'll see if Coach Keeler can pick up another championship in his 37th year tomorrow for the defenders. And like I said, bright and early, back at it, 9:30 a.m. right here, wherever you listened, either through the YouTube page on MGN or, of course, throughout Michigan Sports Radio and all different ways to listen on the website, on the mobile, and much more. For Chandler Timmer, everyone at Michigan Sports Radio and Michigan Game Night, I am Nate Dreyer signing off. We'll see everyone tomorrow morning, 9:30 for the D4 State Championship game.
The Breslin